Hello everyone, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to sparrow fly. Sparrow flying can be explained for as long as you want, but you'll never quite get a gist of it until you practice it. Just take a good 30 minutes and you'll already have it down. You'll be able to cycle and everything. It's super easy. Um, it's very simple, this video I'll be explaining a few extra things that I wasn't able quite to get at the time with my previous video that I think should definitely benefit us here. So let's start out with just a basic understanding of how it works. So firstly, how it works how it works on the mods is you're going to need destabilizers. Destabilizers is what allows us to tilt our sparrow and not get knocked off. That's what allows us to just keep on tilting it. But we only need destabilizers for a second. After that, we just use our dashes. So let's start out with just the inputs. The inputs are very simple. You jump up to a decent height, like right about here is pretty good. Then you pull out your ghost, and then you pull out your sparrow. After you pull out your sparrow, you're going to want to go ahead and use your stabilizers to go up at a 90-degree angle to where one of the sides of your sparrow is poking up. You can do it left or right. I do it left, you can do it right. But it's essential that after you tap your destabilizers, well, I mean hold for a second, but after you hold them for a second and get at that angle, you let go of the destabilizers and you keep holding in the right direction. Because if you hold on the destabilizers and try to sparrow fly, it looks like that. You don't get anywhere because you're moving too fast and just keep on falling. It's also important that you hold it, because if you don't hold it, you'll just end up with too slow of a rotation. It'll end up falling off. So you have to hold the direction you're going in and tap the destabilizers at the start. And keep on holding the direction you're going in so you keep it rotating. So once you have all of that out of the way, which is a little bit demanding, the rest is very simple. You press right dash whenever the right side's in the air, and left dash whenever the left side's in the air. If you're on mouse and keyboard, you may want to switch your inputs, but for console, this is pretty easy. Right bumper, left bumper, right bumper, left bumper, while holding the direction you're rotating. And you just rinse and repeat. But what I see a lot of the time is that somebody will get down the first cycle. Here, let me just real quick. Somebody will get down the first cycle. They'll be able to do it for the first one, right? And then after that, they get off their sparrow, they jump, they pull out the next one, and they just go too fast because they're nervous about it, right? That's not what you want. You want just a controlled upwards movement. Nice and steady. Now, for sparrow recommendations, the one I'm using right now is the Guardian Game sparrow from last Guardian Game. But you don't need that. You can get the Always on Time sparrow using Spoils Farm. Any sparrow works. You can do it with any of them. But what you're going to want is destabilizers. So, the lower level sparrows, the blue ones, that's not going to work at, wait, there we go, equipment. You're going to want one of the quote unquote exotic sparrows. I like the ones that are more flat because it helps you tell exactly which side of the sparrow you're near. But like the ones that are just really wide and tall, you can't quite tell as well. That's why I'm using this sparrow, because it's super flat and you can quite easily tell which side's up. I don't always use this one, but I'm using it just for this video. It's a very nice sparrow, looks good, and it's super easy for this. Yeah, you want to hold the stabilizers at the start, and you want to hold the direction you're spinning, and then do your dashes. Pretty easy. Now what the issue is, as I was trying to say earlier, with cycling. Once you run out of dashes, you have to get off your sparrow, hold in the air for a second, pull out your ghost, summon your sparrow again, press the destabilizers once more, and rinse and repeat. You get a hang of it, and honestly, the hardest part is just cycling in the first like two. After you do the first two in your cycle, you should be fine just to keep on spinning. And where I'm practicing right now over by the Exo Stranger on Europa is really nice just because it has a high box up in the sky. And it's just really easy to tell. So here are some notes about sparrow flying that I have. The first of these being is that your camera angle, it can change how you sparrow fly. Like here, I'll do it real drastically so you can tell. It can change how you sparrow fly entirely. See, so make sure to kind of just keep it straight. You can move a little, just make sure to do it kind of slowly so that your sparrow can catch up. This is one of the main problems you have whenever you're slipstreaming is camera angle. But luckily, sparrow climbing will be much easier on you in general. But just make like slow, like 90-degree turns if you're turning around to look at something. Just make slow 90-degree turns and let your sparrow correct and then complete. Or you can turn while you're cycling. That'll help a lot. Another thing, direction. Sparrow flying can be like really well controlled when it comes to direction by the timing of it. So see, if I wanted to move forward, I would rotate my camera angle at the 90-degree I was talking about, and then continue sparrow flying. And whenever you try to do this, you're going to want to do it at more of a, instead of a 90-degree angle, more of like a 45, so that you can keep up and then also keep moving to the side. You can kind of just rotate around, do whatever. Really good for direction. Just make sure to keep those kind of short 90-degree turns in the 45-degree angle dashes. That's what really will help you whenever you're trying to sparrow fly in a direction. Oh damn! There, I forgot that I forgot that I was out. That's another thing I forgot to mention is that you must keep track of your charge on your sparrow, because if you forget, it's going to be kind of hard. Let's say I'm out this way. I want to get to the light out there by the Exo Stranger. You know, I'm out here though. I'm just going to try and move a little bit out this way so I can make a dramatic turn. But see, it's real easy to control. Just like 2 dashes and you turn. Then after that, you just keep up the 45-degree angle. Another thing with sparrow flying is if the ground's too close, your sparrow will die, so you have to cycle kind of quickly. The best class for sparrow flying is honest to goodness hunters warlocks and titans. Titans gain height whenever they're cycling, warlocks pause. But hunters, you don't really get much because you use both your jumps on the start. And I don't think you can jump in between, but quote me if I'm wrong. But sparrow flying is just an easy way to gain height and distance and speed while you can summon your sparrow. It's really good, but I wouldn't use it for getting around whenever you could just, dash around on the ground. Dashing around on the ground is slightly faster, especially with all the crazy invisible pullback barriers that are in the sky. That'll screw you over, or just the overall ceiling. But yeah, that's how to sparrow fly.